traders, ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, right? Whatever form you take, right? And in fact, I don't even know why I started like that, but everyone, welcome, right? On a serious note, welcome everyone. If you haven't seen my Institutional Sundays video, the last one that I just did, I think a couple of days ago, check it out. Brilliant video, and I'm going to talk about it in this video because I've already taken a couple of trades and some of the stuff in there is quite relevant. But just as a reminder, at the end of that video, I talked a little bit about my July performance. I ran out of time and I said I'd split it out. So I'm going to do a real quick video today, no longer than 5-6 minutes, I think. Well, let's see. Miracles can happen. Let's see if I can keep myself not talking for longer than 5-6 minutes. So what I'm going to do is let me just change the date on this to 1st of July, filter that. Okay, so that is July, and actually it's a couple of days extra because I just traded, you can see a couple of days in August. So yesterday and today, $2,862. We're going to have a look at that on my live account. I'm going to show you this trade, and we're also going to talk about maybe Friday's trade. So a couple of trades I'm going to cover in this. Just wanted to go over the statistics. So kind of headline number, it was good, right? It was just under $20,000. I'd just done $4,000 in the last 2 days. So it's added on to this, which has taken me just above 20K for July. Real cash, okay, guys? This is my own money, all right? So yeah, none of this, I don't know, funding stuff or whatever people are doing, which is perfectly fine. But obviously it's a different dynamic altogether when you're trading your own cash. So this is my own money. Detailed statistics, which I just wanted to cover in this video very quickly. So actually, even though it says 22,000 there, it's slightly less. So you can see here, July was $17,825 and August, last couple of days, 4,400. So actually it's 17,825, but that's fine. The stats are pretty much the same if I split that out or not. And in fact, now let's just leave it in there. I could actually just take it out. It doesn't matter. So actually, let's go through these very, very quickly. So on a net basis, I did pay commissions of $1,700, which brings it down to just over $20,000. Still a very, very good month, right? Plus an extra couple of days. Average winning trade or average day, about $1,000. Most of you guys know that's kind of what I aim for. Average losing trade was 429, and actually it was slightly less than that if I exclude. I did have a because I like to play with my cost basis. So I'll show you what I mean. If I just put it to the end of July, average losing trade was actually 198. I had, you're going to see, I took some losses as part of adjusting my cost basis. So they're kind of artificial, but nevertheless, they were there. So put that back. Okay, so if we include the last couple of days, then average losing trade, $429, still very, very healthy. So about half of my average daily gain or loss, or even half of my average winning trade. I'm not going to go through all these statistics in detail because I want to keep it down to a few minutes. In the future, I might go through a lot of them, but I'm not going to cover them, okay, in a lot of detail. Win-loss ratio, 88% to 11%. Commissions I talked about already. What else? So the thing I wanted to talk about just very briefly was MAE is $1,100, and my standard deviation of my MAE is about another $1,000. Okay, so what that means is my maximum average excursion is 1,176, and then one standard deviation is typically about 1K each side. So I am willing to take roughly average excursion, okay, of about one standard deviation from my maximum average excursion. So $1,176 plus 1,000 is about 2,176. Okay. So that's kind of the drawdown I'm willing to take on my portfolio, and that's relevant because we're going to talk about a trade that I took during the month. Now, a lot of you that are new to this, you may not have heard a lot of this stuff, but I'm going to be quite honest with you. You know, if you haven't, or if the person you're learning from hasn't discussed this stuff with you, or you know, then they probably don't understand trading. Okay, I'm going to be quite blunt about that. You know, we're not here to be friends. We're here to make money, right? We're in this business to make money. You've got to get real. It's not difficult to learn. I've done a video. I think one of my first videos on my YouTube channel was about maximum adverse excursion. One of my MyFXBook videos that I've done last month also talked about drawdown and MAE and why all that stuff is important. But essentially, bear that number in mind. About 2,000 is my typical drawdown that I'm happy to take, one standard deviation from my maximum adverse excursion. Let's just quickly have a look at July stats, then we'll quickly have a look at a couple of trades, and then we'll wrap it up. So you can see kind of Tuesdays and Thursdays, strongest day of the week. Don't know why that is. Do I care? Not really. I'm still going to trade when I want to. I think this is very interesting. Performance by hour of day. Can you see? Never trade before the RTH. That's not because I think it's a bad thing. It's just my lifestyle. Okay. Did the MyFXBooks last year, I must be honest, to obviously show some audited returns, and I hated it. Okay, I hated trading at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm just not a morning person. I run some other businesses. I've got other things on. Obviously got a family, and find it very difficult to be trading the morning session as well as the afternoon session. So I do like the afternoon session. So that's 9 a.m. Eastern, okay, New York time. So it's 2 p.m. my time, UK. Okay, so I'm trading from 2 up until about 4 maximum. Okay, you can see it. Okay, $20,000, right, in just over a month, made between 2 hours a day. All right, you don't take my word for it. A lot of people talk a lot of garbage. It's actually there. You can see it in my stats for the last month. What else is interesting here? Probably that's it really. Win-loss expectation, obviously had a good solid month with 90% wins, but I don't think that really matters. So there's my stats, open book as always. Don't see anyone showing this stuff. I'm going to go one better. I'm going to dig deep into my live account now so you can have a look. We're going to cover a couple of trades, talk about institutional Sundays and how it's relevant to the first 2 days of this week after I did the video. Okay, so let's jump into that now. Okay guys, here we are on the VWAP and market profile charts, which you know I like to look at. As always, probably the only person showing this stuff. Let me just open it up to you. So again, it's up to you who you want to listen to. If you want to listen to someone who don't show you what they're doing, that's up to you. Carry on, okay? If you want to actually listen to someone who's going to be very open about what they're doing, then I think that makes a lot more sense. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't find it. Open trade window for chart. There you go. My live account number, my futures account, same account. Every single YouTube video, every single Instagram post, every single everything. All right, my live account there. $2,862 today. All right. And let's have a look at my fills. Okay, show order fills, and in fact, just so you can see here. I'll just take off the commissions. There you go. $2,862.50. Okay, so that's today's trade here. You can see it here. So we're going to cover this just very quickly. And I also want to talk about a different trade. So guys, you can see here. Okay, I'm going to go back. Who the hell is going to show you this stuff, right? Every single day. Yesterday, okay, which you remember, it was about $1,500. Can't remember what these days are, but you can check them on the trader view. Okay, got long on Friday. There you can see every single trade. We're going to talk about this day where I had obviously a lot of entries. I think that's quite interesting for people because that's why I talk about the adverse excursion, because it's quite interesting for people to see how I manage sometimes when I do get a little bit more aggressive than I would ideally like to. There you can see more fills Wednesday. Just keep going back, guys, right? Every single day, right? Just keep going back. Monday and Friday, the 23rd, right? It's just crazy, right? Every single fill on display. Okay. Right, there you go. Look, see all my fills. Who the hell is going to show you this? No one. Right, every single fill. Yesterday, today. All right. Okay. So let's actually talk about some trading now, rather than see just stats and results, which are all nice, but just like to give it a bit of credibility. Anyway, so back to the market profile. So do you remember? Check out the Institutional Sundays if you haven't. I'm going to spend 2-3 minutes covering this because it is all in that video. If you remember, I talked about this, guys. I talked about this a lot, saying that this week we're going to be going into payrolls on Friday. So this area is going to be crucial. If you remember, this was last Monday, and then we had the Chinese stock market sell-off. I talked about Institutional Sundays. We had the FOMC last week and GDP and so on and so forth, right? Okay, this week, coming into this week, I talked about it being very quiet. I said the market is not really looking at the calendar early in the week. There isn't really anything there. We have the ISM manufacturing and services, if I remember. I'm surprised I remember any of this. My memory is terrible, but like I said, going back to my days at Barclays Investment Bank, where I used to have to remember this stuff very, very well for my clients. But anyway, it seems to all be coming back now. I'm doing Institutional Sundays. I love it. But anyway, so as I said, this area down here, I talked about it a lot. It's going to be very crucial. We start to break down, we're in trouble. But I did say it's only going to get very interesting from Thursday onwards. Wednesday, Thursday, right? Okay. And today is Tuesday. You know, to me, I just thought it's too early. Payrolls is still 3-4 days away. Probably the positioning won't start right now. So we're going to get some games in this area. Lo and behold, what happened? Today, we got some games. I thought selling was okay today, but I kind of missed it, right? For us to test the edge of kind of where we've been recently, right? Last week, Monday to Friday. So I thought we'd come down, test the range. Kind of the market's just playing games because it's got nothing else. There's no real, like I said, the impetus will come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as we get into the jobs report. So when we came into this area, okay, I missed the selling, but I wanted to buy in this area, okay? So that's what I did, guys. I bought in some decent size. We've continued to see a rally go up, but obviously I've got what I wanted. Typically I like to take $1,000, but I saw we had a nice space to the VWAP, you know, and I had built quite a decent position. You can see what I was talking about, where I said I did take some losses just to manage my cost basis, but that's beyond the scope of this video. It is much more advanced for advanced traders. Obviously been doing this for a long time. So that's really what I was doing today. And then I just want to quickly cover, if I may, this trade from Friday. Okay, so let me see if I can just find it. Yeah, I believe this is the day where I had a really good start to the day. No, it wasn't that day. No, it was this day. That's it. So I remember this day quite well. Thursday, came into Thursday. Kind of we were at all-time highs. And I believe we just had the FOMC relief rally on Wednesday. Again, I talked about this on Institutional Sundays. And honestly, I know I keep saying this, but you're not going to find this stuff anywhere else, okay? Take advantage of it. I'm giving it to you for free. I spent years developing this knowledge in an investment bank, one of the best in the world, okay? And no one's going to give you this stuff, so I'm giving it to you for free. So take advantage of it. Watch those videos, okay? The information in there is gold dust, right? On this day, we had FOMC, relief rally. I talked about it. GDP came in 6.5 versus 8.5. Not spectacular, just solid, although a very good number. But I just felt that because of the lack of really anything in the FOMC statement, we already hit all-time highs. The impetus wasn't there for us to have any follow-through. There just wasn't anything. We weren't reacting to strong earnings early in the week. We're in the range, so I expected us to come back down. Now the problem was, sometimes you can have a thesis. Sorry, I'm just moving this light. Believe it or not, this annoying light in front of me. These YouTube lights. I don't know how people put up with them, but I'm getting used to them now. You can see I had a very good start to the day where I was buying the market, and then I just thought, you know what, the arse is going to fall out of this thing. I got too aggressive, okay? You can see psychologically how it affected me, because I did make a very little amount of money on this particular day. You can have a look at my trader view. I think it was maybe $800 or $900 overall, okay? But bulk of that came in the morning, about 600 in the morning and maybe 200 here. So really peanuts, you could say a scratch here, because I just had too many positions on. However, a lot of people ask me about tolerance and stuff. I talked about it before. My MAE plus or minus 1 standard deviation, okay, is around the just over $2,000 mark, okay? So I did have a number in mind, okay? Somewhere just above here was my kind of cutoff point, $2,000. Obviously, I would have just got out of the trade, but I saw things in the order flow, okay, that I liked, which is why I did add a little bit more aggressively. And then, to be honest, psychologically, I got affected, right? So, happens to the best of us. I'm only human. I'm happy to admit that. But I just want to make it clear that I am aware of my maximum adverse excursion plus or minus 1 standard deviation. That's kind of where I'm quite happy to take some drawdown and build positioning. And, you've got to realize, guys, that this looks worse than it is, okay? We're talking... My first entry somewhere around 12 to 14, okay, say 14. We're going up to 20. We're talking 6 points, okay? It's peanuts, all right? I'm not crazy. I'm not going to hold it for 20, 30 points or anything silly like that. It's 6 points, okay? It's really peanuts, but I was using my MAE to guide me. So that was that. And just talking of order flow, one final thing I forgot to mention before we wrap it up. Today's trading, right? So we came down to these areas. I've talked to you guys about the footprint before, right? Let's have a look. So let me see if these put the order fills on for today. There you go. So you can see today's fills in this region. So again, I'd encourage you, if you're not using the footprint or some order flow tools, to start using it, okay? The market, I did get in a little bit early, but that's okay. To be fair, I could see that there was, you can see it here, some aggressive selling coming in. Just have a look what that is. Max delta was virtually 0. Very, very aggressive selling coming into this area, which is why I started to get quite aggressive. It's easy to say in hindsight, could have waited for some of these institutional buyers. You can see there 314 net positive contracts to come in before getting long, but I was happy to get quite aggressive. It's just my style. Obviously, could have added here, but by then I'd pretty much filled up the boat, so I was happy with it. So, if you're not using this stuff, you need to be. Hopefully that was useful, guys. A great July. Hopefully you had a good month too. August has started off really, really well. Any comments, let me know. If you're not on the G7FX training, check it out, G7FXfreetraining.com. I do post all my fills quite regularly on my Instagram as well, at, that's a terrible at, NV Forex. Okay. November, Victor, Foxtrot, Oscar, Romeo, Echo, X-ray. Love the phonetics. All right, guys, have a great day. Hopefully that was useful. See you later.